Awesome. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Evie Babbie. I'm an admissions counselor here at the University of Portland. We're here talking about our next steps for first year students for this upcoming fall semester of 2026. We are so excited for you all to be here today. First up, we have four kind of general next steps for students as they are completing senior year and starting their path to the Bluff. The first step is to submit your $400 enrollment deposit by May 1st. This applies directly to our students' first billing statement. The second is to activate your University of Portland accounts. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. The third piece is to bookmark your portal and check countdown to classes. Through this, we will talk more about our housing application as well as our registration and advising survey. And then lastly, registering for Summer Wave, which will be coming up in just a few short weeks. So first thing to do is to confirm your enrollment. If you are ready to attend UP, join us on the Bluff this fall. Confirming your enrollment is the first step to doing so. You can do this through your University of Portland portal, just like Wally Pilot does here. Starting now up until May 1st. You can submit your payment through your portal and secure your spot here on the Bluff for the upcoming fall semester. The next piece for our students to do is to activate your accounts. Activating accounts can take just a little while. For us here at UP, might take a day or two for things to get fully settled. Once you've confirmed your enrollment, it'll take between 3 and 5 days for you to receive an email starting with your name and set up your UP student accounts today. In this email, you'll find information about account setup, a link to register a new password for your account, as well as your login information, including your University of Portland email, your username, and a couple of other things like your PIN, which are super important for you to do. If you are having trouble with registering for your University of Portland accounts, your admissions counselor is the best person to help support you through this process. Their information can be found on our website, and you could also email admissions@up.edu for more information. Your accounts are one of the most important pieces of the process because they're used for so many other parts of getting you set up for your fall semester. Especially things like registration and housing here at UP. All of these need an active University of Portland account to be set up and started. The third piece we ask all of our students to do is keep an eye out for countdown to classes. This is an email that you will start receiving messages through starting next week. Our countdown to classes gives you a good idea of where you are at in the process, how close we are to fall semester and the first week of classes on campus, as well as orientation. This is a really wonderful spot for you to see an individualized list of things you should be looking out for and focusing on this week to get set up for success this fall. Things about living on campus, that housing application, what's happening on the Bluff, things you might want to be joining us for here on campus. Some individual pieces that you may be kind of thinking through, things like accessible education services, getting set up for academic success here on campus, as well as some fun news and events that will be happening here at UP. Next step is to check out Pilot Launch. Getting into your Pilot Launch portal is super easy. We recommend all students make sure they are set up and know how to get into their Pilot Launch. This will have an updated list of to-do items, similar to Countdown to Classes. It'll also be individualized for you based on the steps that you've already completed for us here at UP. This is a really great one-stop spot for everything you need to complete before orientation. Everything from countdown to classes will live here. So if you want to just make it a little easier on yourself, this is a great spot to just check in on every couple of days, making sure you're staying up to date with the things you need to complete before the fall semester. If you want to be even more up to date, get a little bit further ahead, this Pilot Launch portal is a great spot to see all the things you'll have kind of upcoming as you start your fall semester with us. The next thing that we encourage all students to do is register for housing. Once your University of Portland accounts are set up, you can start your registration for housing. We recommend that students submit their applications by June 10th, which is our priority deadline. Every student that submits their housing application before June 10th will be put into the same pool of students to get their first choice residence hall assignments on campus. Students can find roommates through the application, through our Instagram account, uportland2030, or choose to go through a more random roommate selection where our housing team will actually pair students based on questions they fill out within our housing survey. Getting excited for housing on campus is a really fun part of the UP experience. And we will have more webinars to come, including one tomorrow, to talk more specifically about what we ask students to do within the housing application and support if you're having any difficulties with the housing application here at UP. The next piece through our lovely pilot launch is the registration survey. This has gone out, so if you've already confirmed your enrollment here at UP, you can actually get started on your registration survey now. To get started and ready for WAVE and our fall registration, you'll fill this out. You'll tell us a little bit more about your academic or career aspirations. This is something your academic advisor will use to help you figure out what classes will be best for you to register for starting for the fall semester. So it'll help you learn about some classes you may want to dive deeper into, some subjects that might excite you that you may not have thought about before. This will also be a space where you can let us know about additional majors or minors that you want to pursue here at the University of Portland. Right now, students can address one major that they want to participate in here on campus, but students can get started on additional majors and minors with the classes they register for a fall semester. So filling out the registration survey can give your academic advisor a good idea of what your trajectory might look like here at the University of Portland. And then lastly, some students may have additional subject tests to take prior to WAVE, and these will be indicated in your portal and countdown to classes. If you have questions about this, your admissions counselor is also somebody that you can reach out to get any additional information about what else you may need to complete in order to be ready for WAVE coming up in June. And then piece number 4 is Summer WAVE. WAVE is a 2-day on-campus event that happen throughout the month of June. We'll have 4 different sessions for WAVE this summer, and it's a great way to get a good start at the University of Portland. You will stay on campus in residence halls and try out what it looks like to live on the bluff within our first year residence halls. You'll get to participate in activities and meet other incoming first-year students, get connected to the class of students that you'll be spending the next 4 years with, as well as registering for fall semester classes with your academic advisor. You'll get FaceTime with an advisor to talk through what classes you might want to register for, get started and registered for full-time enrollment in the fall. And then lastly, you'll get to go on a really fun excursion around Portland with other incoming students. For students from the Portland area, you get to show our incoming students some really fun areas around your city. And for students who are coming from a little bit further away or out of state, this is a really great opportunity for you to get off campus, see a little bit more of what our wonderful city and state have to offer, and kind of dive into what our University of Portland students are doing when they're not here on campus. We will also be offering some additional virtual support for students throughout the next couple of months. Admissions.up.edu/portal/virtual_events is your one-stop shop for additional support as you are in the transition from high school to becoming a pilot here at the University of Portland. You will learn all about housing starting tomorrow, Tuesday, April 28th. There'll be some additional tips and tricks and how-to information for students next Tuesday on May 5th. And then for any students that are transferring to the University of Portland, there will be some additional sessions for them. Our virtual events will also be recorded. So if you want to go back and look at any of our other virtual events, learn a little bit more about something that you may have missed, this is a really great spot if you're unable to make an event about housing or paying your tuition in the fall semester. This is a great way to get a little bit of extra support through a virtual lens. Now we're opening up to Q&A. May have already had some questions, but what questions do you all have about your next steps at UP?